Hi, Denkes Mentor here. I think it's the 11th of September here in Melbourne, and I think the last 3 days have probably been the best 3 days in regards to weather that we've had since since summer sort of finished up. And I think I sort of noticed as I was driving back from one of my first races of the season yesterday that there were many people out on their bikes, there were many people, running along the beach, and even some of the outdoor gym setups along where I live, that were inundated with people. Happened to drive past a couple of the gyms, and this was on a Sunday, and noticed just how busy the gym car parks were. And then I received a message, an email last night from a client that is currently doing a task associated with building, I suppose, inspiration and motivation in the context of exercise and healthy eating. And she sent me a message saying that she'd set herself up a plan, a short-term, which we know the importance of goals. She set herself up a short-term goal of exercising a minimum of 35 minutes, 4 days a week out of 7. And she noted last night in the email that something else had come up, and it meant that she wasn't able to get her exercise session in, and there was a sense of perceived failure in the email. But how she did finish off the email was there was a lot to learn. And then I texted her back and I messaged her back and I said that until you are really or truly inspired about your exercise and about even your healthy eating, I didn't say this, but I could almost say give yourself a break. Because until that inspiration is at a level that will allow you to influence the way you're thinking and your behaviour, it's so critically important that you set yourself up with some realistic goals and expectations upon yourself, and expectations that are only based on what it is that you want, or that you want to achieve. And I'm really glad that you said there's a lot to learn, because there's always just another opportunity to learn. I did note that you said something, a sense of failure, but I felt like saying, you know what, and I will tell her that when I see her, there is no such thing as failure, it's only feedback. We could fail, we could have perceived failure 100 times, but we've just found out 100 ways to not do what it is that we want to do. And it's just another opportunity to learn. But coming back to inspiration, in some of the recent videos, we spoke about because I don't believe too much about motivation. I believe that in our life, if we're doing something consistently, and something religiously, and something that doesn't take effort, we are inspired, and it means that we don't need any external help to assist us in doing what we want to do. So how can we go about raising inspiration for exercise, especially now here in Australia? We're about to move into our warmer season. Our warm season's moving from spring, the second week of spring, and hopefully a beautiful spring that we normally have, and then moving into most likely a sort of a hot and dry summer, then into the festive season. But how can we go about, a couple of weeks in the spring, starting to build a level of inspiration when it comes to our exercise? And I think one of the simplest ways to be able to do that is to think about the things that you really value in life, right? To find out what your higher values are. And this is how you do it. This is what I want you to do. This is a little task that you can set yourself. You can jump onto Dr. Demartini's website, Dr. John Demartini, so www.johndemartini.com.au, and click on his values. Go and search for his. I'm going to tell you where it is, because I think if this is something you really want to do, you'll go and search for it. I want you to go and find his values elicitation process, where you can find out what your higher values are. It's a PDF and a series of 13 questions. What I want you to do is follow the process of identifying what your high values are. All right, it's a PDF, fantastic PDF, and a really good reference tool for yourself. And it's a tool that I use with my clients. Now, once you've identified what your high values are, what you could do is Ask yourself a series of questions, or a question that starts building up your level of inspiration to do with exercise. So something like, how is valuing exercise, or how is making time to exercise going to be of direct value and service to you and your top 3 values based on your higher values in life? And so to find out what your higher values in life are, you need to go through the process with Dr. John Demartini. I think that would be a brilliant first step. And then what you do, once you answer the question, and not just once, so how is exercise going to be of direct value and service or benefit to you and to your top 3 high values? Set yourself a goal of getting 5 responses, of getting yourself 5 responses a day for each of those values, which means that at the end of each day you'll have 15 responses. So linking exercise to value 1, so your highest value, linking exercise to value 2, which is your highest value, and linking exercise to value 3, which is your third highest value. 5 responses a day. Asking yourself, how is exercise going to be of direct value and benefit to me, as in to you, and to your top 3 values? 5 responses a day, and do that for 21 days. The moment you start creating benefits between the things that you currently value exceptionally high and other areas in your life that you don't value as much, but you consciously understand that it's important, but yet not yet inspired, this is a really simple tool of building that inspiration, which then means that, come spring, come summer, that you don't have to rely on, a New Year's resolution. I think New Year's resolutions are one of the biggest sets up, we could say sets up for failure, but yeah, sets up for massive feedback. I'm not sure how many, from a percentage of how many New Year's resolutions are actually followed through with, in the preceding 3, 6, 9, 12 months. I would say the percentage would be very, very high of many people not following through because they haven't linked the inspiration. And by doing that, linking the value of exercise to the top 3, even top 5 higher values in your life. So the first thing is find out what you value. Use the Dr. John Demartini process, and 5 times each day link the exercise to number 1, 2, and 3 values, and do that for 21 days. If you have any challenge with this process, make sure you send me an email at info@deancasmeno.com.au, or if you believe there is something that is holding you back, where you feel stuck, where you feel limited in a certain way, that is affecting how you feel about yourself and how you're performing in all parts of your life, please jump on my website at www.deancasmeno.com.au and just find out a little bit about my programs. And I'm more than happy for you to shoot me an email once again at info@deancasmeno.com.au, even if it's just for a chat. Okay, so have a great day, have a great week, and go ahead and go and get inspired. Get inspired so you can start allowing time for your exercise that allows you to live a life of purpose and fulfillment as based on your own personal inspiration. Take care. Bye.